Hi YouTube, Night Ninja here, hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be showing you part 2 to my Millennium deck profile where I talk you through the combos that I use. So if we get into it, the main card that I'm always looking for is Millennium Ankh. And one card that's really ideal for getting that obviously is Shield. So if I didn't have Shield in hand but I had my Sengen Gen, I'd special summon it, well I'd place it in the Spell Trap Zone, pay 2,000 life points to bring him out. Because he's been brought out, it lets you get a Millennium Monster, so you could go for Golem or Shield. Now I always go Shield if I haven't got it. Then I'll pay another 2,000 to bring him out. And then what that will do is it'll reduce your life points down to 4,000, but it gives you access to Ankh. Now before I use Ankh, no matter what combo I show you today, what I'll always do is go 2 cards into Silhouette Rabbit, because then he'll let you set a continuous trap card that can be special summoned into a monster. So I always go for Angel Satchel as room, set it. Then I would activate Ankh, which means that you then have to show your opponent all 5 pieces of Exodia. So if you got it in your hand, you show them it, and then you get the rest from your deck. And then you shuffle them and Millennium Ankh back into the deck, which is handy, so it doesn't go to the graveyard. And you bring out your Stop Exodian card. Now, because you've summoned him, you can't summon again this turn, and all monsters that are not Exodia or Millennium have to go back to hand, so that just goes back to the extra deck. So you'd have him on the field, you'd go end phase, and then whenever it's the end phase, you can set an Exod on a bed rate card. If I don't already have these in hand, I always go Exod Fire's Rage first, just because it's board wipe. You can activate it on your opponent's turn and just completely wipe their board. So that would be set. Then what's handy with him, he just has 1 negate for if your opponent activates a spell trap card. So that's quite handy, but whenever an attack's declared involving him, whatever your life points are, add on to his attack. So obviously if you've gone first, you've set up your board, you can't attack, so he's on 0 attack. But then when it goes to your opponent's turn, if they were to attack, he'd have 4,000. But then obviously when so it'd be your opponent's turn, you'd let them do their things, and then you'd activate Exod to completely wipe the board. You'd also summon Angel Statue Azrun as soon as you can. And then whenever they go to special summon monster, you can pop a card. So you pop this, and then you stop summoning that wherever they were going to summon destroyed. Really handy to have. But obviously, go back to your turn, you lose 1,000 life points because of his other effect I'll talk about in a minute. But when it goes to end phase, then you'd set a Weather out. Then go to your turn, you lose 1,000 because when it goes back to your main phase, you lose 1,000 for every time he's on the field. So then what you'd do is you'd activate Obliterate Brace and destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. By paying half your life points, you'll be down to 1,500, but then you can put these here, the Spell and Trap Zone, as equip cards for your fusion. That gives them 2,000 each, so that's 10,000 before you attack, then you'd have 11,500 attack. Quite handy. The card that I use the most, because I have 2 Exods, so a few times I already had this in hand. So if I went first, I set that, and then I set this on the end phase, and I played it from there. So if you're lucky and you've got Ankh from the get-go, you can put these monsters here. So let's say you got all 3. Then all you have to do is show your opponent it, reveal a card, and then you can special summon them without a cost. And obviously he would let you get another Millennium Monster, so I normally go for Shield, so I've got another one. And then his effect activates, you can add another one, so you've got 2 in hand. And then his effect activates, which lets you get Wedgie Temple. This is really handy card. You set it, and then once per turn during the standby phase, you can set any monster you got in your hand here to set another Millennium Monster here. So if you had none of these to begin with, you activated that 'cause you had it at the beginning. Let's say you set shield, you could then get Sengen Gen, for example. Summon him, costs you 2,000, but it gives you Millenium Mag. You can reveal that, so your next summon doesn't cost you. And what's handy with his effect, the Golem, is that he makes it so that Millenium Mag can't be negated, which is always quite handy. Luckily, when I used it in the tournament, and I went to my locals, it didn't get negated once. And then Temple has a nice ability, whereas when it's face up on the field, when it's destroyed by an opponent's card, it doesn't bring up either a battle or card effect. It doesn't go to the graveyard, it goes here, so you can recycle them. And what I like to do, if I can, is try and get 2 Anks in hand. So if I started off with a shield, and I had Ank, I'd reveal it, so I'd get another shield. I'd pay the 2,000. No, I wouldn't, because I would have set it for free, so I could have another one, so I can use it, bring out Incarnate, and then I'd still have one left in hand whilst the other goes back to the deck. A really handy combo if you do happen to have, say these two already, and we'll just say we've got Ank, so we don't pay, so put that there, activate that, get Ank to hand, then Sengen Gen, place it there, then you go Golem. You summon your Golem, reveal, so then you get Reggie Temple and you activate it, and then it's just a bit of a safeguard for that. And then what I would do is I'd go these two, depending on what my opponent's playing, I'd go them two into my Solo Hatter Rabbit, so I could bring out Azaroon. Then I'd activate Millennium Ank, bringing him out, and then Sengen Gen, because he's a Millennium Monster, gets to stay on the field. So you got an extra body on the board then. And that's how I like to play that bit of it. Now, when I was in the tournament, I was able to get him out every single game near enough, bar one, where the person used Heat Wave on me. He used Heat Wave. So I had Sengen Gen, and I had a shield in hand, but I couldn't use them on my turn. I didn't have any monsters to summon, so I had to end my turn, and he got to his turn, and he summoned 3 monsters and wiped me out, so that was a bit of a shame, but it happens sometimes. I did manage to go into Wind Up Arsenal once, where I used 2 of my shields to, so then we got to here, to go into it, and I just, detached so I could get rid of what was on their side of the board, and I did that because I'd already used both Exods and Obliterate. I can't remember what I was playing against, but he only set a couple of cards, so he kind of lured me into it a little bit. The other ones I didn't really get the chance to use because it either dragged on a little bit and I still won with that, or it was just I won straight away once I had my turn. Because this deck it's mainly set up so you can set yourself up after going first, but a couple of times I went second and I still won. I didn't, I've got these in there just in case I can link it in with my Super Poly, but again, I didn't need it. This card came in handy. I did manage to get Phantasma out. I drew a couple of cards which gave me Ank, which is quite handy. But hang on, sorry. This card came in handy was Lava Golem. When I got rid of I got my opponent down to 350 life points, but it wasn't enough to end the duel, and then it was his turn, it came back to my turn, and I got this, so I just summed it on his side of the field, and the following turn he lost. Yeah, so where is it? Spell card Monster Reborn came in very handy at one point. I was able to disrupt what my opponent was doing. So he had this combo going and he needed a monster back from the graveyard. So, and it was a fairly strong one. So as he went to bring it, I activated that and I was able to get it onto my side. I couldn't use his effects, but it broke his chain, so then it disrupted him. I ended up winning because I was able to take that from him. Another card that won me last duel that I had was Secret Village Spellcasters. Because I had it in hand and I brought him out, I activated it so my opponent couldn't use any of his spell cards because he's a spellcaster. So that came in really handy. And so did there can only be one. Because obviously I was playing against Dragon Archfiend, they're all fiends. He couldn't get anything going because I stopped him. Yeah, so they're the main cards that I used. So if you guys have any questions or would like to know more, just let us know. But I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you soon. Bye.